There's a version of me that existed before my car accident, and if I'm being honest, that version of me didn't value life the way I value life now. What's up YouTube, it's Ben, and this video is about how a car accident has changed my priorities in life. Before the accident, my priorities were simple. Make money, work as hard as possible, drink at the weekends, have fun, repeat. I wasn't evil, lazy or stupid. I was just unaware of where I was going. And then one night changed everything. A car accident, a brain injury, and 2 weeks of my life completely gone. And nearly 4 years later, I can say this with certainty. That accident didn't just injure me, it rewired my whole mindset. In this video, I want to walk you through how my priorities have shifted, not from theory, but from a real world example of rebuilding my life. If you're young and healthy and feel like you've got unlimited time, this video might be uncomfortable, but it might save you years. So before my accident, when I had my old priorities, I was in grind mode. I was working ridiculous hours. My football placement with university during the day, pizza deliveries at night, 6 days a week. And I did this because I thought that money was the answer. I thought that if I just earned more, worked harder, and suffered longer, everything else would fall into place. But when I wasn't working, I was escaping, numbing. That was what I called fun, but now looking back, that wasn't living, that was distracting myself. And the scary part about it was, I didn't realise it. Awareness is everything and I didn't have it at all. But anyway, it was a Monday night, I was back in the routine. It had just gone after 8 p.m. On a delivery, I pulled out and a car hit me at speed. I can't remember this event, I can't remember the night of the event. The next memory is 2 weeks later. So 2 weeks later, I woke up in hospital, no memory, no awareness of what had happened. I was gradually informed of what had happened. I'd been in a car accident, I had a brain injury, and in that moment something hit me quite hard. Life is not guaranteed and it can be taken instantly, and I'm very fortunate to have this opportunity to recover. Dawn, my priorities changed quite gradually and slowly, quite painfully, but permanently. So the first realization or priority shift that I made following my accident would actually be to take your life seriously about 80 to 90% of the time. I hope I don't get misunderstood when I say this, because I don't mean seriously as in miserable. I mean seriously as in intentional about what you're doing, because every little action matters. Before the accident, I treated life casually, like I had a few retries, but after the accident I realised this is not a rehearsal. You get one brain, one body and one shot. And I don't mean never having fun, I mean respecting the opportunity that you've been given. To waste years drifting or whatever, that's not freedom, that's disrespect. Because I nearly lost this life, 80-90% of the time I act like it matters, because it does. The second priority shift is exercise and movement. I was quite committed before the accident, but the accident amplified my commitment to exercise and movement. Before the accident, I was all about getting big, building muscle, aesthetics, but exercise is so much deeper than that for me now. It's medicine for my head. It's about rebuilding my mind, and that has changed my relationship with training forever. Exercise is the best drug that you can take. It boosts your mood, it reduces anxiety, it builds confidence. Most people treat it like it's a bonus, but I treat it like it's fundamental. If your body's weak, your mind will suffer, and you'll experience that the most. So following on from that point, the third priority shift is your mental health. I've realised that it really does determine your life. Before the accident, I thought mental health was something that you kind of dealt with when things went wrong. But now I know better. Now I know that mental health determines how you see yourself, how you treat others, what decisions you make, and the life that you'll tolerate. And I was unknowingly damaging my mental health before the accident. overworking, ignoring emotions, escaping with alcohol, and never slowing down, but the accident forced me to face my mind. And because of this, I learned that your mental health literally determines your reality. If inside is chaotic, that's what your external will look like. Mental health isn't a soft topic, it's foundational. Respect it and train it. The fourth priority shift definitely took me longer to realise, but I've definitely realised it now. And that is experiences over material possessions. In coming through recovery, I've stopped caring about material things. None of it matters, none of it comes with you. I feel like everything you need is in your head, and what can come with you is people and experiences. Travel, meeting new people, and seeing new ways of life did so much for me than buying anything materialistic. Again, we might be getting deep here, but I truly think that nothing you need is outside of you. You have everything you need in yourself. And the fifth priority shift is probably the simplest, but the most important, and that priority shift is to live as much life as possible. Because I've seen how fragile life is, I just want to experience as much of it as possible, because I'm grateful to be able to experience life. Because mine was nearly taken away, I don't want a small life or a safe life. I want to experience all sides of being human, the highs, the lows, and the meaning and fulfillment. And that requires action, action, action. So if you're watching this and you're healthy, don't wait for something traumatic to wake you up. Take your life seriously, move your body, protect your mental health, choose experiences and live deeply. Life is fragile, but the point of life is to live. So do everything you can to make the most of it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Peace.